Good morning.
Good morning.
Please raise your hand if you need to. One second. if you ever had make a hasty decision.
Hasty
decision.
Quick
decision.
Quick decision.
Okay, perfect. Okay, today my presentation is about why I came to Canada. And I'm going to tell you all my story. So, let's begin. In my final year of the university, I need to take a big English test to get my degree. So, after I defend my thesis, I was focused in this test. I used to hate English. I always was the worst person in my class about English because I didn't like it. I think like English, like in Spanish you write and you speak the same way. Why I need to write and speak a different way? So it was very hard to me. Okay, for this reason, like I hate English, it was a little bit impossible for me, like learn quickly and easily. During the time, English was the only subject that I was cursed. So I was only studying English. I was only focused in that. On the day of the test, I had one question. I need to write an essay, and the question of the essay was, what will you do if one in your travels the captain lose control of the plane? Like you're traveling and the captain loses control of the plane, what will you do? So I thought that I don't know how to write that, even in Spanish. I was so frustrated at this moment. So I decided to invent everything. So I need at least 80 out of 100 to pass the test. And I got 88. Why? I was so happy because I passed that I didn't check the mistakes of my test because I realized that I would never need to go to the university again. It is at the same moment I was working in a laboratory in my country, and my contract was for 6 months. So when this contract ended, I talked to my boss, and she told me that she couldn't renew my contract because one of the law in my country. And I asked her what the law said, and she told me that when one woman becomes pregnant, the company needs to pay. When one woman becomes pregnant, she will take a mandatory year off. So the company needs to pay both the people, the pregnant and the people who temporarily replace her. So they thought that it was inconvenience, and I was 22 years old. Like they told me that you are young and you will have boyfriend, and maybe you don't know, you became pregnant and we don't have money to pay you and pay the other replacement. I said, okay. So they decide to hire a man instead. I was so disappointed because I really prefer that she would tell me you are bad at your job. You know, I don't like your job, you are bad, and no, because you are a woman. So I went out. After I talked to my father, and he always wanted my sister and I to study abroad. So he told me that it will be my choice how long and in which country I want to study abroad. Okay, it's not a secret that one of my dreams since I was a child was to live in Canada. So it was a easy decision to choose the place. But with respect to the time, I was like a little bit confused. So my mother and my father, because I never traveled alone before, always with my sister, with my mother and my father. Like I was a little scared. I go to another country that I don't know the language, and with another family, with people that I don't know. So they decided 1 year would be the best option, and I say yes. I never felt homesick. I think it's one of the good points. But when in the last Thanksgiving, I was in Port Alberni with my host family, and the October 7th was the elections in my country. So I couldn't vote here, you know, and I received a notice that my ex-president, like the bad person, won the election. So I started to cry and cry, and I called, okay, and since this day, my life became like stressful, because I was thinking that everybody was thinking that the opposition will win, so I can like go back to my country. Okay, not yet. Even though these people, like my ex-president died 1 month ago, the things in my country became worse than when he was alive, because now the other president is worse than this, so it's getting worse. I need to tell that I miss my family, and I miss my friends, and I miss my lifestyle, and I miss my work. But I made a hard decision. I was stay here no matter what. So now I've studied hard to take the TOEFL and apply for a master's degree here in Canada. And I stay here. If not, I can take the choice. My father told me like, seduce a hot Canadian and get married. Okay. I already told you my story that why I came to Canada. So I want to tell you one more thing. That even that I really love Canada, and I really love to stay here and meet a lot of culture. Someday I want to think and go back to my country and work in my country and try to work for my country, like will be getting better, and teach a lot of people like all the things that I learned here about my culture and about another culture. Thank you.